again this week. You
Pleased
made
to
it
be
through
here
it.
this week. Yeah,
Yeah, I know. It seems like we just got on here last week, doesn't it?
it seems, just did it last week, but it's fun. It's fun. Really having fun with this.
Yeah, you guys are getting blessed with this amazing course and offer creator twice in 2 weeks. I mean, how much better can it be? And if you show up for the workshop on Tuesday, that's 3 times in 2 weeks. I mean, really, how much better does it get?
Exactly. You'll get a lot more for us on Tuesday, that's for sure.
So today we're here to talk to you about, because we both work with clients on helping create offers so you can sell and sign new clients. And one of the big things that we notice is a lot of you wait until you built your offers, your courses, your programs, even your lead magnet, until you start building an audience. You wait and do it first, then build. But unfortunately, that's slowing you down. Instead, you want to have an audience built when you're done creating these things, so that you drop it out and it's all easy and everybody's already signing up almost immediately. And that's all. We're going to kind of casual conversation about this today, not over the top formal. But let us know how you are in the comments. First of all, if you're in the comments, you're here watching us, let us know, because we like to know. I mean, we can talk to each other all day long anyway, but we also like to know that you're here too. So let us know that you're here. And also let us know, how did you build your first course or offer, or are you building one now? Did you wait to build your audience, engage your audience? Or another big mistake I see people make is they've already got an audience, they've already got offers out, they decide to build a new one, and they stop engaging with their audience till the new offer's out. So let us know if you've done any of those things, or what your thoughts are in the comments. And Rivaj, let's talk some about this. I know you've seen this stuff too.
Guilty as well. Guilty as well. When I first started out, you built an offer. I spent a long time building the offer, and yeah, crickets, because I never spoke to my community, never spoke to my audience and asked them what they wanted and what they wanted to be delivered in this. So I spent, like, I think it was the first one took me around 12 months to prep, to create, to build, put it onto a platform, everything all nice and fancy, and then crickets, because I never bothered to check in my community.
12 months and no building your audience in that time?
No, that was a mistake. Like, say you're listening to all sorts of online kind of coaches and gurus telling me this is what I need, but like I said, never told me exactly how to start building an audience behind this. Not their fault, my fault for not doing research more as well. But like, say, yeah, this is, say, working with clients now, I know this much better, So having an audience to sell something to, having an audience to put your offers through, it's vital. Having an audience to let you know exactly what to create in the content, it's key to anything at the moment.
Yeah, and we have, I think it's Rabia. She said she's done both of these, so she's like the rest of us on that stuff. I mean, I'll admit, when I first started, I'm guilty as well. When I first built my first course, I did all the building first, and then I decided to build an audience too. So I think we've all been there. It's like a big beginner mistake, but yeah, as Rabia says, building relationships is key, because if you go ahead and build that audience and you already have that relationship built, then you got somebody there waiting to buy it when you're there and done with it. And it makes such a difference.
Let's
And
say building anything, even like, say, not even courses, lead magnets, or anything, talking to your audience. Like, say, you'll find out on the event on next Tuesday how important this is and how to actually go around it. Hint, hint. But like I said, this was so important. Let's say at the moment, like, say, I work with two types of clients. Ones that are just starting out, so we highly, highly recommend they go out and research, start building a community, engage with people to find exactly what they want to deliver. I mean, working with coaches already a couple of years in the business, 5 years in the business. Even then, too, although they have a community, we still ask them, we still encourage them to go out and talk to the audience and talk to your ideal people and talk to your community and ask them what they would like to see on this new offer coming out.
I mean, market research for the win, right? I mean, that's part of why we're included in the workshop. Is so important.
Yes, market research, exactly. And like say, so we do it in tandem. We while our coaches and clients are off and building community and talking to the people, we're building on the back end. So it can happen in tandem as long as you start
Yeah,
talking to your community first.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's about having the brain space, obviously, to do both. And I get sometimes that can be hard if you haven't built up those muscles yet, those brain muscles yet, where you're like, okay, I can build an offer, I got to build my audience at the same time. But in reality, making it a priority to do both, it might slow you down a little bit, but you still come out with an offer you know your people are going to want, because you're involving them in it. You're asking them, you're talking to them the whole way, plus building up that excitement of saying, hey, I'm building something that you're going to want. Hey, let me ask you about it. And then when you're actually done, they're already excited and primed to say, hey, yes, sign me up.
Like I say, I've seen the mistakes done both ways. Clients come to me having a course built already in some platform and they want to revamp it and brand and make it look much better or put new content in it. And I ask them the reason why you want to do this is because it's not selling, and why it's not selling because it's not helping or it's not giving to what the audience wants.
Yeah.
As coaches and consultants, especially coaches, we have so much information locked up in here that we deliver, and then eventually realize this is not something what my clients needs. They need something completely different. And with things changing so fast, you should be able to adapt your offers very quickly, talking to your audience, seeing what they need. Having an offer tweets every now and again, it's not a bad thing because your audience is talking to you, your community is talking to you.
Yeah. Well, and you bring up a great point there that I think so many people creating content and stuff miss out on, business owners miss out on anyway, is this is something that I help my clients with all the time and have to constantly remind them. And I have to remind myself that at times as well, is a lot of times we're putting out content where we are now instead of putting ourselves in the shoes of our clients and say, what are they actually thinking they want and need right now? Because we're building an offer that we know they actually need to solve the problem they have. But if they don't realize it and we don't present it in a way that of what they're actually thinking and feeling that they actually need, then it's not going to sell because they don't realize it's for them. They're not there yet. So that's part of the market research of already having that audience. You can start talking to them ahead and understand what they're thinking, they're feeling and wanting. And then you can tailor even your lead magnets, everything. So it'll go because it's saying exactly what they say they want.
Yeah, exactly. I say in the broader picture, nothing can be built without understanding what and who you're building it for. Like say I come across this all the time, especially coaches that do work with mindset and work with manifestations. It's difficult to build something when you're not unsure what your client needs or what your prospects need or your community needs. Look, there's so many coaches out there that have the same kind of niche, same kind of offerings, but what will make them different is listen to what their community wants, what their
Amen.
community needs, and adapt, tweak, change, listen, keep asking. It doesn't mean if you build an offer or you build an online course now or you build a lead magnet today, that you keep using it over and over again and it's going to remain in current. It won't. You need to keep tweaking. That's what most coaches don't realize. It's something that you need to keep tweaking. Like we tweak our offers every 3 months or every 6 months, we tweak because there's
Well, I mean,
information coming to us.
speaking of tweaking, let me halt you there. We've got a workshop coming on Tuesday. We're tweaking things right now because of feedback we've been getting.
100%. 5 days before the workshop, and we're still tweaking. We're still tweaking our content, still tweaking because our audience are asking us questions. If they're not clear on exactly what's going to happen, hard for us to deliver. Let's say we know the content we're going to deliver is valuable. We know the content we're going to deliver is going to blow their socks off, but we still need to
If
talk to
we
them.
can't get them to sign up, we can't blow their socks off. I mean, for example, guys, I was at a networking event on Tuesday, and my ask in that networking event was, would everybody look at our sign up page and tell us if they'd sign up and if they would or wouldn't, what was reflecting to them. And because we wanted to increase signups because they were coming in just a little slower than we wanted. I mean, we'll be honest about that. They were coming in slower than we wanted. So the only way to do that is find out why aren't people signing up. And so I did that, and I got feedback from 9 amazing ladies who were happy to tell me this, and this weren't quite resonating with them. And so we're tweaking.
Like I said,
But we couldn't have done that without an audience.
without an audience. And people ask me, how do we grow an audience? How do we talk to people? Where's our audience? You probably know more than this than me, but let's say from my own experience and my client side of it, from my experience, your audience is on social media, your audience is on email, your audience is past clients, your audience is people that you around you, people that you mastermind with. These are your audience. Never feel embarrassed or shy to ask them a question. So that's what makes it so interesting or makes it such a difference when you're talking to people. You don't feel as if you know everything. Sometimes you just have to ask the right questions to get the right input because it's going to help. It's going to help somebody out there. So I always ask, as best as I can, my audience on, let's say, through social media posts, through emails, even my past clients, questions, and they're happy to answer because they know the answer. They knew exactly what their struggles were, pain points were, and they could deliver this to me with ease.
Well, I think that's so important too. Is we, people don't ask for help enough because they're afraid they're going to be a burden, take up somebody's time, and this kind of stuff. But in reality, people are happy to help, but you have to ask. Otherwise, you don't get it. And that's just a fact. We've got real quick here, Francis here. He says, it reminds me of a theme and rhetorical question I've been engaging this week. It's a simple statement that says you don't have because you don't ask, which kind of goes with what we're talking about right now. Learning to ask more in the coming days. Exactly. Ask for help and get
it. You're building a community not only to sell them, you're building a community to talk to have people, like I said, I'll use the word like-minded people again. Of course, you're building a community where you'll have ideal clients, or you'll have people in the same industry as you that will talk to you, will give you ideas, will brainstorm, mastermind with you, share information with you. So never hesitate and never feel shy to build a community that has everything in there. You can't build a community only of people that you're going to sell to. Of course, majority you want to build your community full of your ideal clients, but you've got to have that little community as well that will mastermind with you, will help you, will talk to you and share ideas and not judge you, but really want to share ideas. Like myself and Heidi, there's no judgments. If I need help, I know where to reach. There's no judgment here because we built a community like this, and we met through LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Through communicating, talking to each other. That's how we met through LinkedIn.
We did. We met through another connection on LinkedIn, and then that's how we started talking. And next thing you know, the idea is coming up to, hey, let's put our skills together, and then let's do a workshop together. And now we're doing lives together.
Exactly. And like say, the workshop coming on Tuesday, it's the reason why I'm feeling so good about it because it has skills that I wouldn't know before to use, and you sharpen this for me, and we bring in two components to this thing that gives so much value. So definitely sign up for this event because besides hosting it, I'm going to learn as well. I'm here to learn as well. I'm going to be learning as well. So not only part of learning from Heidi as well because she has taught me so much over the last couple of months, but there's still so much more to learn.
I know this. I have to say the same with you. We a little love fest going on here, guys. But yeah, Rivage, you have helped me tweak my offers into. I know I've had something good, but I just feel like what's coming right now is so special. It's actually fully allowing me to deliver my magic in a way that I don't think I've quite hit before. And that was with your guidance. I really we're wrangling my programs into something amazing and special in a way that I haven't had. And it's just pretty cool. It is. So yeah, little love fest, guys, but do come join us on Tuesday as well at the workshop because we're both bringing our skills. I'm bringing the marketing side of the component and building your audience and content, and Rivage is going to be strong lead magnets, which for building an audience, a lead magnet is one of the most amazing tools for turning your online connections into leads on your email list and growing your email list. If your email list is halted, that means you're probably either not dropping your lead magnet enough, which I'm going to be helping you on Tuesday with that, telling you when to drop it, or it's not strong enough, which is what Rivage is going to be helping with.
And the reason why we are able to do this because we listen to our people, we listen to our community. We did a lot of talking to our people out there, talking to our audience and asking them, what resonates with them, what they need, and what they want. So a lot of coaches will build up lead magnets, take a long time to build up a lead magnet, thinking this is what people need, thinking this is what they want, and then drop that and it's a bomb. It never goes anywhere.
I've
So
been guilty of that
we,
one.
hands up myself. I'll put my hand up first. I'm the first one to do that. That's how I learned to start talking to people. What and researching. Like say we'll go through this more on Tuesday, but researching there's so many different ways, both inbound from like your from LinkedIn and from other outside from outside sources.
Always.
So much,
I'm going to be
so
honest
much.
with you. Every lead magnet I've built, thinking that it was brilliant and presented it to my audience, bombed if I hadn't asked them first. Every single one of them. And the ones that have done well are the ones I involved them in.
Okay, like say, being honest, like say we built I think about 15 lead magnets over the last couple of years, and another 15, the last five, especially the last three, is more effective than any of them would be because
Yeah.
we did the research first. We spoke to our
It
people.
makes such a difference. And that's one thing. Rivaj is going to be talking to you guys on Tuesday about market research as well, which we both highly believe that it need doing exactly what we're talking about doing right now. And also, I mean, but and this is just the thing, thinking of lead magnets, I just was in a conversation with a coach on Monday, and I found out she has 250 lead magnets.
Like, we're good to know how many leads. She's got 250 lead magnets. How many leads are that?
She had a little over
Wow, wow,
2,000.
wow, that's fantastic. Look, I've worked with clients that built a lot of lead magnets. I've built a lot myself, but like I say, I know I only use three, and those three turn around all the time.
Yep.
I've seen people use the three same lead magnets for years because you always see it, the sponsored ads or whatever. It's the same thing that's showing up year after year because it's good. If it's good, don't if it's not working, don't break it. If it's not broken, don't fix it. But like say, do the research first and see what. Like say, but that's a phenomenon. Wow.
Yeah.
Guess it's not talking to people.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes guys, we're not telling you never to build no more lead magnets. I keep 3 strong ones all the time, and then sometimes they do go out of date. Like I just saw somebody have a lead magnet the other day that was back from Chat GPT prompts from a year ago. Well, today those are pretty much out. But did they serve her well while she was using it? Heck yeah. I mean, I think she told me, if I remember correctly, she got over 8,000 signups from that one lead magnet. I mean, that's kick ass. I haven't quite, I can't even say quite. I mean, I was late to the party when it came to building an email list. I didn't enjoy doing emails. I didn't really enjoy reading them. So it wasn't until about 18 months to 2 years ago that I really started putting in the effort of building my email list at all. And so I'm pushing a little over 500 now. That's going up a lot faster now that I'm strengthening everything and I'm actually focusing on it. But I'm guilty of being one of those people who waited till the last minute to do it.
Like I said, no, we built out the first lead magnets. Like I said, building out the business, we knew we needed to have three different ways of having people talk to people. Well, social media was one, emails with other, and of course, face to face. But like I say, when we're building out the communities, myself as well included, guilty. Email was last on the lists, very last on the list. But it's only recently that I realized how much uh, emails can help the business, how much people are talking through. Of course, there's a way to structure your emails that they actually see it and they'll respond and open it. So that's everyone needs to be careful of that too.
Well, and what I missed on the whole idea behind it too, back when I was being stubborn about, no, I don't need an email list. And that's what I was doing. I was like, I don't need an email list. But I was being stubborn, but I didn't think about the ability to be able to automatically nurture my leads that way. I wasn't thinking about that. And don't ask me why that didn't go through my head. I was just so dead set against email. But once it clicked, it was like, fuck. Here I am. I could have already had this amazing 3 years, because I'm 4.5 years into this business now. So I skipped 2.5 years. I could have had that list built, been nurturing my leads, but I was ignoring it. But that's the point of having such a good nurturing funnel, which of course, you're going to also be sharing on Tuesday. Yes, I told you guys we're talking about the workshop too.
Yes. Look, at the end of the day, from everything that I learned, we base our assumptions on everybody else. We assume we don't read emails, so we assume our clients don't read emails. We assume this is what I don't like, so we assume our clients don't like this, or ideal prospects don't like this. We assume too much of the wrong things for ourselves, and we assume the same things for our prospects and clients, whoever we want to talk to. So the minute we change the assumption, I always say that, Heidi, assumption's a big thing for me. Once I change the assumption, change the way I think about things. If I say today I assume that emails don't work, I don't like reading emails, change the assumption. Start opening some emails and reading them. You'll understand there's so much value in these emails. There's so much value in talking to people. Change your assumptions. A small tweak. You don't have to go and build a big system or buy a big system behind this. Just tweak the smallest thing in your mind. Assumption. Just change the assumption. That's all I ask for.
Mindset, we were just talking about this earlier today. Mindset's 80-90% of it, strategies the rest.
Exactly.
But
That's that's how my mentor taught me. Bob Proctor taught us that 95% mindset and 5% strategy, and we keep reminding ourselves because, like, say, to be honest, I was saying to Heidi this morning, we hit a roadblock in my own mindset because we started using only strategy in the business, only strategy. Now, of course, strategy is a big part, which we'll go over on Tuesday. It's a part, but a simple strategy that gets you going. Simple strategy that allows you to relax your minds, come from a place of calmness, come from a place of ease, from a place of joy, instead of just constant. I want more clients, I want more needs, I need more clients. You're never going to get business like that. You're never going to talk to people like that if you just say, I want. Start listening to what your community say. Start listening to people. Stop assuming things by yourself.
I mean, because we were talking earlier today because yesterday, apparently both of us hit a wall yesterday with all of this, but I wasn't having fun. I had this long to-do list of I was expecting myself to get all this done. So of course, expectations to get rid of those guys, just dump them out. But also my to-do list was getting longer and longer and longer faster than I was taking things off of it. And I had guest speaking gigs I was doing, and there was all of this stuff coming at me. I mean, client work, everything. And yesterday I just hit a point. It was just like, why the fuck am I doing this? And it was not fun. I threw, and I'm not proud of this, but I threw a temper tantrum. Uh, but this just goes to show you guys that we all go through this stuff. There's going to be moments like that and everything. But and I realized after I threw my little temper tantrum that I was making it hard. It was my mindset. It was my attitude and expectations. And instead of just letting go of all that and enjoying it and trusting the process, which I have a really good strategy that doesn't take so much time and effort. And I just let myself get off. And
I mean, last week or the last 2 weeks ago when I tweaked everything on my LinkedIn profile, which Heidi will show you on Tuesday, it was so much fun watching the leads come through, watching people put their hands up and asking me, booking calls. I mean, I didn't have to do much work, and I felt at calm, and then, like say, of course, I triggered something again, and I put myself into an assumption, expectation. If it doesn't happen today, it's not going to work at all. But it works, I just assumed that, I assumed something that was just wasn't right, and I blame myself for it. Like it was 2 o'clock in the morning, I was throwing myself a pity party because my assumption was all wrong. The way I was doing it all wrong. But once I learned to relax, if we are true to our people we talk to, we're true building relationships up there, talking genuinely, being authentic, asking questions, giving answers back to other people. It's a two-way street. As much you expect them to come to you, you have to give back to them as well. Build relationships, build a community like that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm always saying, and that's what it comes down to audience building. A lot of people get the idea that it's only, well, I'm building it for me. I'm building it to benefit myself. But as I always tell my clients, this is a mindset I always keep. It's got to be a win-win. It's got to be a win for me. I'm putting in the effort and stuff too, but my audience is putting in effort and stuff too. So it's got to be a win for them. And if it's not, then it's not going to work. And that comes down to audience building. A lot of people I see are building an audience just to take. They're not really in the idea of giving. And that's kind of what we see a lot in cold pitching, for example. A lot of cold pitches are very central to just that person. They don't give a crap about you, and you can tell it. It's just, give me your money. It's pretty much just give me your money and go away. And that's kind of the attitude that comes through. But when you change that and you build an audience to where you are giving and the results are you receive, it just makes, because it's a community at that point.
Yeah, people forget, of course, everything's online, and I love working online, but people forget if you put yourself in the real world and put yourself in a room full of people and you're standing on stage and you screaming at everybody at something, no one's listening to you, no one's bothered. But if you take a time to watch the crowd and talk to each table, talk to a person, get to know them, you build a room full of people that you would know when leaving. So it's the same thing that's happening online. I just think we use online as a defense and to say, oh, no one sees me, so I don't have to bother. But we build fantastic relationships online as well. This is the best part. We can talk to people from all over the world, not just in the local area. So we're not using it to advantage. We want to create an offer, but we're not using it to advantage. We want to create lead magnets, but we're using our audience to advantage. We're not talking to people, we're not talking to the right people as well.
Yeah,
at times.
I know it. Speaking of audience, for everyone that's here, I mean, how do you feel about your audience? Are you giving and receiving? Are you feeling like it's a little one-sided? Are you giving the win-win? Let us know in the comments how you're feeling about your current audience, and do you need to make some tweaks? We like to keep you guys involved too. But I mean, seriously though, I mean, we're talking about being able to connect around the world. I mean, here it is right now. We haven't met in person yet. We will. He's in Spain. I'm in Portugal. It's gonna happen. But I mean, I literally have done projects. I've worked with clients around the world. I'm working with someone right now who's in Australia. I mean, that's my first Australian client. She's actually getting up in the middle of the night, and amazing woman. I've enjoyed. She was part of my community first, and I'm having a blast working with her. I feel for her getting up in the middle of the night, but that wouldn't have happened without building that online audience and being connected. And the advantages to, I know sometimes some of us get tired of social media and they're saying, well, I don't want it on social media, but honestly, it's opened up the world to me. I mean, I travel the world, but still the amount of people that I get to meet online, I just always have the expectations I'm going to meet them in person one day too.
Like I say, look, all my clients I met through online. There was no clients that I met, in person first, and then, all the clients we met online. But it was the way we spoke to them, the way we listened to them, the way we know. See, and what's the best part? What I liked about it is when I talk to people out there, make connections, and talking to my community, I'm learning to better myself because I'm understanding on how they're thinking, how they, so I can get my tips and tools on how to make things better for my own business, for my own self, and encourage others to do the same as well and pass along. So whatever I learn from one, I pass it on to the community. Let everybody benefit from it. It's not just about me taking all information, holding it to myself, and putting it into a program, offer, and sending it back out again. No, it's not about that.
Yeah.
Share.
All of that. I mean, I feel so much the same. And look at this. We've got Rachel here. Her audience is currently small. It's a little one-sided, though I've tried to engage. Discouraging. I want to change it. Paid. My thought was that it might change. I'm not quite understanding the last sentence. Just, I know you're discouraged and you want to change it, but paid. My thought was that it might change. I think there's a little typo in there. I haven't quite got, but yeah. So Rachel, even with a small audience, you can get it going. I think at the end of the day, here's what people think. Yes, people aren't necessarily engaging with you as much as you would like. But here's what I do with that, because I have a Facebook group. Sometimes it can be a little silent. People are, I feel like I'm talking a little bit in the echo chamber, and I'm like, okay, why am I doing this? I've got well over 300 people in here. Somebody be talking to me, but then I take it back and I remember this is my party. And I'm the one that's inviting people to it. And how do I want to show up as the hostess to my own party? And that's what I do. And the minute I switch into that aspect and I start hosting my own party, then things start changing with my attitude and how people engage. And it makes such a difference. And you can do so much with a small audience. I mean, I had already in my Facebook group, I hadn't even hit 50 people in it yet. And I had already made like over, it was well over, I think, $12,000 out of a group of 50 people back in the day. So you can do a lot with a small audience. It's about how you nurture them, how you take care of them and stuff, which we are going to be helping you with on the workshop Tuesday. So Rachel, you might want to be signed up to join us. Let's see. She did say, let's see if she answered me here. Yeah, Facebook group. I saw this live in my feed and saying we should create a community of paid clients, which equals more engaged community. Can you talk more about this? I came on some minutes into the call. You should create a community of paid clients, which equals more engaged community. Paid clients does not necessarily equal more engaged community. That's completely a myth. Just going to say that your clients are paying
I
you.
haven't,
Go ahead,
I haven't
Raj.
seen that way. Like I say, personally, I haven't seen paid clients that kind of hasn't worked for us as well. I know I came across this as well. We've tried it ourselves, and I don't think it went anywhere. So organically is the best way, versus paid, because this you're not sure what you're getting, and it takes a long time to search through your audience as
Yeah.
well. Whereas I'm engaging organically, I'm engaging with people that I really want to connect with, and not just asking a question, sending out a question across to everybody and anybody, and hoping you're gonna land somebody. It's we spend. I only send out five connections per day organically because I'm talking to each one of them. I don't send out a whole. Let's say LinkedIn would say you can send out to 50. That's fair enough, but I don't. I don't. 5 to 10 maximum, because these people I want to talk to. I took time to see their value. I took time to understand them and engage them.
Yeah.
5 at a time.
I agree. And honestly, for me, most of my connection requests I send out daily are because I was networking at events or something like that, and I'm just connecting with the people I met at the events. So most of mine, when I send out a connection request now, I know it's going to be accepted because I've already met the people. So I've already started networking. I've already got the conversation going, which makes such a difference. But I do want to come back to her point too with paid clients equals a more engaged community. That's completely false in the aspect of also with the mindset of people are paying you. So they're not too worried that they have to be engaging with you as well. I'm just going to put that out there. So think about that. And I also have the mindset too that if you can't do it free, you're probably not going to do it paid anyway.
Yeah, true as
I
well.
mean, that's
Yeah.
kind
Well, I think Roger's got the right idea. Webinars are a fantastic way to grow your
of,
email
oh yeah.
list to the audience. Webinars it's a fantastic way to do that. We're seeing ourselves, and then we are seeing it through clients as well.
Which is
Always.
why we're running the workshop on Tuesday. You knew I was going to plug that there. Rachel, by paid, I mean when they have bought and are using my offer, not buying people to join my community. Yeah, no, I know. I understand what you meant by that. When they've paid for an offer, it equals more engagement. It does not. It does not. Your clients aren't going to necessarily engage with you more. I'm working with clients right now, and obviously I'm helping them with social media marketing. And do you think they're over there engaging with my content all the time? No, but I'm engaging with theirs because they've paid me and not to engage with their content, but for me, it's because I'm checking in just to see what they're doing, if they're doing what we're creating right, how we said we were going to do it, and their strategy is working, so I can help them tweak it out, which is why I'm there for them. But do you think most of them are intentionally because they've paid engaging with me? Absolutely not. They're not. They don't.
But like I said, from my experience, on the other hand, like say, so what we come across is when we're building out our clients 3 tiers. The entry level, the core offer, and the high tickets. It's the what's next that we help them to talk to
Yeah.
people and engage with. So if someone's taking on the entry level, which is your self-learning program, something small, there's still, we engage with those kind of clients, still to ask them, we've got something big coming up, we're building something bigger, what would you like to see in that? So those kind of engagement you will get organically, or we'll talk to them organically, but engagement just on normal note, but like say, if you, they help us, they are, of course, any community, any client that we work with, we always want to share with what's coming next. Like I said, we're always tweaking and changing and adding as we go every single couple of months. So it's still good to talk to that kind of clients. We say paid client, or your paid audience, because of course they paid for your services, they paid for your clients, and of course they want to share some learnings that they took from your previous offer, that can make things better. But it's not the biggest. It's not the biggest. No, it's not the biggest engagement.
No, and honestly, building an engaged audience, it comes really from your intentions, your actions, what you're doing. And realize, guys, when it comes to social media, 90% of people are lurkers. And so, really, you're creating content for the 10% who will engage with you. And the other 90, you have to trust that they're sitting there. And a lot of people forget that because they're like, I'm not getting enough views. I'm not getting enough interactions on my content. There's not enough likes coming through. And then I don't know about you, but 60% of my clients come from lurkers. These are people that literally, they're like, wow, I've been following you for the last year. Can we work together now? And I'm just like, wow, that's so cool. I never knew you were there. At the end of the day, yes, we want our people talking to us. We do. We don't want to be in an echo chamber that's silent. Nobody's talking to us. And there are things to do that will keep your audience more engaged. I'll be sharing those on Tuesday. I told Rivaj at the beginning of this, I said, I'm going to make this a joke.
Share it on Tuesday, yes.
But seriously, though, there are ways you can invite, you can invite your audience to engage with you through your content, the way you comment, things like that. And I am going to be sharing that stuff on Tuesday. But that you can do that does help you build a more engaged community. But at the end of the day, it comes down to your intentions, your actions, and honestly letting go of the expectation that other people have to engage with you.
True. That's so true. Like I've seen it work both ways. But like say in my head sometimes, when we try to engage, you can't whisper at your audience as well and expect them to listen to you. You gotta be bold a little bit. Put yourself out there. Ask the questions. Be a little bit, you can be quiet in nature. Like say, I'm a very quiet person by nature, but on social media, I'm not quiet. I'm a beast on this one. I'll share and scream and talk a lot. I'll talk a lot. Things I wouldn't share in face to face. But like I said, helps engagement.
Yeah.
And likewise, and I see a lot of people. That's what builds the audience because, like say, people I expect to work with are people in the coaching industry. They are very outgoing people. They are want to help people. So I need to show the same kind of respect and show the same kind of traits as well. Because just to talk to me, I can't be quiet sitting in the corner and expect people to engage with me. It won't work.
I know, right? I mean, it just makes all the difference too when you change that mindset about it and how it's coming about, and also really your expectations. I mean, at the end of the day, expectations are what get you in trouble because that's what stresses you out because you're expecting someone else to do something. You only have control of yourself.
What would say expectations? I would say assumptions.
Yeah, but it's actually expectations. Think about it, because we did this, so we expect somebody else to do something else, and when they don't, we get upset. Yet the only thing we have control over is us.
I don't like that.
I know, right? Just when you think about it, you're like, oh boy.
Something else.
Rachel, to answer your question, I host my community on Facebook. All right, guys, we are going to start wrapping it up. If you've got any more questions for us, drop them in the comments. We'll get those answered right now, and we're going to give you 5 more minutes. So any more comments, questions, conversation you want to have with us right now, go ahead and drop those out. And while we're waiting on those to come through, I don't know that I need to plug the workshop anymore on Tuesday, but we will be dropping the link for that in the comments. I think we've done a pretty good job of letting you guys know we're bringing it on Tuesday. We're excited for that, aren't we?
Really exciting. Let's say this simple things that could change so much for you. All you do is give us 2 hours of time, and we'll give you back a lifetime of changes.
Hey guys, by the way, the tweaks that I helped Rivaj do on his profile the other day with his headline and the SEO, I'm sharing on Tuesday. He did those, and was it next day or next 2 days you booked 4 calls?
24 hours in 24 hours, 4 calls booked because my right people put their hands up and said, "Now I finally understand what you do and who you are."
It works. It really works,
It was.
everybody. So do get signed up. Join us. It's a live workshop, so you're going to have to be there. And just come prepared with an open mind to just learn, because we're going to be sharing way more than we did here today, and we're all going to be bringing it. And for anybody who is catching the replay on this talk, let us know in the comments you caught it. Hashtag replay, drop any questions that you have or just want to join the conversation. Keep this going in the comments. The comments are conversation as well. So keep it going there. We'll show up and engage with you there. That gives us engagement, you engagement, and the conversation. Looks like we're done we don't have any more questions here. Rivaj, give us a final thought.
Final thoughts. I'm going to say this again. Don't assume. Assumption is going to kill everything for you. So don't assume that your audience is going to come to you and you can build something out of thin air and everyone's going to buy it. That's the assumption. That's never going to work. It's never going to happen. As much as we think we can do it, we can build something and they will come. It's never going to happen.
Agreed.
We learned this the hard way. And like I say, whatever we're teaching here, whatever we teach on Tuesday, it's not something that's a system that we're creating. It's not something that it's not a trick. It's not a hack. It's not something. It's something we're using that the system, that the profiles tell us how to use it.
Yeah.
We only took the time to learn it and actually teach people that, okay, this is how you can use
Yeah.
it. We learned this by ourselves by trial and error. Now we understand, and Heidi is teaching everybody what the system needs in order for it to work.
Yeah.
What you need to do in order for it to work. And the same thing we'll teach you. When it comes to lead magnets, we'll teach you what people want and how to use it simply, and not what you think in your head and by watching others. Everybody is different. No one shoe will fit all, but will give you the medium size that might fit you.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's so important to realize that what we're doing is 100% adaptable to you and your business. Yeah. We don't do that cram everybody in the box thing. So it's solid tips, strategies. It's not hacks that are going to quit working in 2 weeks. I mean, this is solid stuff that we know works. It's been working and it will continue working. So
exactly.
Anything else? We good? All right,
I'm done.
Let's tell them all goodbye. Thank you so much, everyone. We appreciate you. We appreciate all the lovely questions and thoughts. And as always, do drop your questions and thoughts in the comments too. Let's keep this conversation going. We'll see all of you guys on Tuesday. Bye for now.